All right, shalom, shalom. I wanted to talk about this conversation I had with a Edomite. He was saying that it was okay for Israel to that well basically what he was saying was that you don't mess with Israel, and I said facts, but I ain't say nothing else. I ain't tell him. He was thinking I was agreeing with him about Israel and this situation that's going over there between Israel and Hamas. But I was talking about Israel here in America in the four corners of the earth, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And I was saying facts that you don't mess with the children of Israel. But he thinking I was agreeing with him. I don't want the Edomite to. Then I'm supposed to know that well. Well, Edomites they don't read the book anyway. So what I'm trying to say is that they don't know who Israel is. It really is. It's not who they think it is. That's what I'm trying to say. But we're gonna go to this quick scripture, then we're gonna watch this video. Alright. Let's see here. Proverbs 17. Let's see, we're gonna read alright, let's go to Proverbs 17 and 13. Right here, got it pointed. Whoever rewards evil for good, evil will not depart from his house. Let's go down here to 15. He who justifies the wicked and he who condemns the just, both of them are alike, are an abomination to the Lord. And we're gonna go back to this video. We're gonna watch a little bit of it, see what this guy says here. Raz Siegel, see what they say.
And to quote the convention, intent to destroy a group is defined as racial, ethnic, religious, or national. As such, that is collectively, not just individuals. And this intent, as we just heard, is on full display by Israeli politicians and army officers. Since 7th of October, we heard Israel's president. It's well known what Defense Minister Yoav Gallant said on 9th of October, declaring a complete siege on Gaza, cutting off water, food, fuel, stating that we're fighting human animals and we will react accordingly. He also said that we will eliminate everything. We know that Israeli army spokesperson Daniel Hagari, for example, acknowledged one-tune destruction and said explicitly the emphasis is on damage and not on accuracy. So we're seeing this special intent on full display. And really, I have to say, if this is not special intent to commit genocide, I really don't know what is. So when we look at the actions taken, the dropping of thousands and thousands of bombs in a couple of days, including phosphorus bombs, as we heard, on one of the most densely populated areas.
So thousands of bombs were dropped on, I think it's Gaza, for what happened in Israel when they took the hostages and everything. So they justified in doing that, but what about what they did to the Israelites when slavery? I guess the Lord supposed to forgive them for what they did. And I want to read some more scriptures here. Let's see. Proverbs 18 and 5. It is not good to be partial to a wicked man or to deprive a righteous man of justice. And also here, when the Edomite said that you don't mess with Israel, and it's okay to go in and bomb women and children and the hostages and everything just to take out Hamas. And we're gonna go to Proverbs 18 and 7. A fool's mouth is his ruin, and his lips are a snare to himself. So, just want to bring out those scriptures real quick, and we're gonna watch more of this video.
Areas around the world, together with these proclamations of intent, this indeed constitutes genocidal killing, which is the first act, according to the Convention of Genocide. And Israel, I must say, is also perpetrating act number 2 and 3, that is causing serious bodily or mental harm, and creating conditions designed to bring about the destruction of the group by cutting off water, food, supply of energy, bombing hospitals, ordering the fast evictions of hospitals, which the World Health Organization has declared to be, quote, a death sentence. So we're seeing the combination of genocidal acts with special intent. This is indeed a textbook case of genocide.
Can you talk about the displacement? Israel saying that the entire northern Gaza, now hundreds of thousands of people have complied, must move south. The northern part of Gaza is the most populated with Gaza City.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as is well known, this is an impossible order. It's impossible for specific groups of people in hospitals, people defined as disabled, elderly people, many Palestinians who refuse to leave their homes because of their histories and their memories of the Nakba. This is an impossible order. It's yet another indication of the intent to destroy, the intent to commit genocide. It's also worthwhile to emphasize Defense Minister Yoav Gallant new term that he coined, complete siege. It seems like a completely new term that really takes the what was already a 17-year siege on Gaza, the longest in modern history, which is already a clear violation of international humanitarian.
And a side note, a lot of people agreeing with what they're doing, and it's funny, the Israelites will say, black people, well, they call us black, but not black, brown. Hebrew Israelites saying that the Lord gonna recompense them for what they did to us in slavery, like hanging our ancestors in trees and assaulting our women and killing kids, feeding them to alligators. But when we say the Lord gonna repay them back, oh no, that can't happen. That we weren't supposed to get justice for what they did to our ancestors. But you see, in this situation, they doing whatever they want to do, genocide, bombing kids and children. It's okay for them to do it, but the real Israelites, no, we're supposed to get justice.
Humanitarian law, it takes this siege and now turns it into a complete siege, which really signals the turn to this kind of genocidal destruction that we're seeing, including with this eviction order. It's also worthwhile to try to explain, I think, why Israel is so explicit in its declaration. We've heard Israel president talk about evil. We've also heard about Biden's use of the word evil. EU leaders describe the Hamas attack as evil. And it has to be said, the Hamas attack were clear war crimes. The mass murder of more than 1,000 Israeli civilians, a horrendous war crime that rightfully shocked many Israelis and many people around the world. But evil is not a term to describe them. Evil is a term to decontextualize. Evil is a term to demonize, and to really enhance the widespread fantasies of Israelis today. They're fighting Nazis. Actually, former Prime Minister Naftali Bennett said that directly in an interview yesterday. We are fighting Nazis. We see this in many other indications in Israeli society and politics today. And if we're fighting Nazis, then everything is permissible.
Professor Siegel, I actually wanted to go to the former Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, who's currently in the Israeli army. This is from a few days ago, where he exploded at the Sky News anchor Kamali Melbourne during an interview Thursday when Melbourne pressed him on Israel's attacks on Palestinian civilians. This is a part of what he said.
What about those Palestinians in hospital who are on life support, and babies and incubators whose life support and incubator will have to be turned off because the Israelis have cut the power to Gaza?
Are you seriously keep on asking me about Palestinian civilians? What's wrong with you? Have you not seen what happened? We're fighting Nazis. We don't target them. Now, the world can come and bring them anything they want. If you want to bring them electricity, I'm not going to feed electricity or water to my enemies. If anyone else wants, that's fine. We're not.
And what happened to all the love they always talk about, of the white Christ? See that? See all that hate? And this is they talking about innocent people. They cutting off the power and water, but bum the innocent people. They always talk about love and uh, love your enemies and forgive people, but when it comes to you attacking them, you gotta go. You gotta die. We're gonna watch more of this.
Not responsible for them.
This is the point.
But you
This is
keep
the
on.
point.
I want to tell you, no, listen. You listen
you're
to me
raising
right
your
now.
voice,
I've
and we're
heard
trying.
you enough.
No, I understand. We're
I've
trying to have a
heard a lot of
conversation
you.
here. Listen, this is
No,
my
you're
program.
not
This is
having
my
a-
show, and I am asking the
That's
questions.
exactly-
You're raising your voice,
But it's my
and I've
country.
asked you, and we've already stopped,
people-
please, and let me finish. We've already distinguished
Shame
between
on you,
Hamas.
mister. I want to tell you, shame on you.
You're trying to speak over.
We are not. Shame on you.
It's nothing
I'm the
about
pre- I
shame. We're
was the
trying to
Prime
have a
Minister.
conversation
There's
about a very
absolutely
serious
shame.
situation here,
Because-
and you are
because
refusing
when you
to address
just
it.
jump-
So that is the former Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett exploding at the Sky News anchor Kamali Melbourne. Professor Siegel, you're an Israeli historian. This is what you're talking about when he uses the Nazi analogy, and also when he says, "Are you seriously talking about Palestinian civilians?" Your response.
That's exactly what we're. It's very important to understand this context, the idea of fighting Nazis, the idea of using Holocaust memory in this way. There's a broad context, a long history, of course, of this shameful use of Holocaust memory, which Israeli politicians have used to justify, rationalize, deny, distort, disavow mass violence against Palestinians. And it has allowed also a view to develop that sees Israel as somehow exceptional, providing it impunity. The truth, however, is that all perpetrators of genocide actually see their victims as dangerous, as vicious, as inhuman, right? That's how the Nazis saw the Jews, and that's how today Israelis see Palestinians. And that's why the lessons of the Holocaust actually were never meant to provide cover and rationalize state violence and genocide, but rather protect groups, especially stateless and defenseless groups under military occupation and siege from violent states. The lessons of the Holocaust are now very, very urgent. We need to center the voices of those facing state violence and genocide, and we need to move to prevention as fast as possible. In order to do that, we need to recognize what's going on around us, what's unfolding in front of our eyes, which is really a textbook case of genocide, with the rhetoric, with the actions, with everything involved.
Raz Siegel is Associate Professor of Holocaust and Genocide Studies at Stockton University and the Endowed Professor in the Study of Modern Genocide. He's an Israeli historian. His new...
All right, that's the end of that. I'm going to read Psalms 109, and this is the prayer of David, a Psalm of David. Be not silent, O God, O my praise, for the wicked and deceitful mouths are open against me, speaking against me with lying tongues. They beset me with words of hate, and attack me without cause. And that's the Edomites. In return for my love they accuse me, even as I make a prayer for them. So they reward me evil for good and hatred for love. Appoint me a wicked man against him. Let an accuser bring him to trial. When he is tried, let him come forth guilty. Let his prayer be counted as sin. May his days be few, and may another seize his goods. May his children be fatherless, and his wife a widow. May his children wander about and beg. May they be driven out of the ruins of their habitat. May the creditor seize all that he has. May strangers plunder the fruits of his toil. Let there be none to extend kindness to him, nor any pity his fatherless children. May his posterity be cut off. May his name be blotted out in the second generation. May iniquity of his fathers be remembered before the Lord, and that's what the Lord going to do against the Edomites. What he did to the Israelites, so put them in slavery, killing them, hanging our ancestors, and raping our women and killing our kids, feeding them to alligators. Let them continue from 8:15. Let them be before the Lord continually, and may his memory be cut off from the earth. And that's going to happen when we get the kingdom. And they're going to serve 1,000 years of slavery and then be just utterly taken out. For he did not remember to show kindness, but pursued the poor and needy and the brokenhearted to their death. He loved the curse, let his curses come on him. He did not like blessings, may it be far from him. He clothed himself with cursing as his coat, may it soak into his body like water, like oil into his bones, may it be like a garment which he wraps around him, like a belt with which he daily girds himself. May this be reward of my accusers from the Lord, of those who speak evil against my life. But thou, O God, my Lord, deal on my behalf for thy name's sake, because thy steadfast love is good. Deliver me, Salakia, because thy steadfast love is good, but deliver me. And I'm gonna read. I'm gonna go to Proverbs 18:12. Before destruction, a man's heart is haughty, but humility goes before honor. Yeah, I think that's it. And also a side note, I don't know how we got in this conversation about what they the Americans did to Chinese and Japanese. I think it was in Vietnam when they had them in concentration camps. And he was saying we did horrible things to the Chinese and the Japanese. And I'm thinking to myself, I ain't say nothing, but I'm thinking to myself, what about what you did to the Israelites when you put them in slavery and was killing our ancestors and hanging them in trees and killing the kids and feeding the alligators? There was no sympathy for that. He just was worried about the Japanese and Chinese. They don't care nothing about Jake and Eve. They have no remorse for us. That's why I just read to you the Psalm of David. What we praying what happened to the Edomites and the enemies of the Israelites, the real Israelites here in America and all the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and give honors to the elders of the apostles of GMS. Shalom. That'd be the video. Shalom.